I've just been picked up for lunch by the legendary Mohsin Ikram in Pakistan, and he's picked me up in this. Check it out. What is this?
It's a 1954 Austin Healey 100.
Took to that one. Austin Healey 100, and you're basically driving this as your regular car.
I love my cars. All my life I've used my old cars. My cars are never show cars. You'll find scratches and rattling and this and that, you know, some bit missing here and there. But I think it's the look of the car, the sound, the heat, the oil of the leaking oil, it all mixed up. I just love it.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want to convert your cars to electric, would you?
Oh, never. I would rather die.
I'll tell you about it, because you know I recently reviewed, I don't know if you saw the video, but I recently reviewed a 356 Porsche that has been converted to electric. Yeah.
How was it?
It's actually really good. It was actually really surprisingly good.
Does it sound like a 356 or no?
No, it doesn't. But you can have artificial sound if you want. So what they can do is they can record the actual noise of the car and then pipe that into the stereo. Now you're driving this thing around in Karachi. Karachi is not an easy place to drive. No. It's quite messy. It's quite difficult. Is it a bit nerve-wracking to drive your classic cars in this place?
Since I'm very comfortable in this car, I've had this car for 30 years. So I'm very comfortable. If the weather is nice, actually when you are driving, I don't feel hot because air is coming in from all sides. I like fresh air. So I'm pretty okay.
And what about other people? What's the reaction that you get? I mean, one of the things with classic cars is that you always get people coming in very close to have a look at that. Do you get that a lot here?
Yeah. You know, one good thing I've observed is people from all walks of life, they are very happy to see this car. Whether it's a guy on a cycle, or walking, or a bus driver, a rickshaw driver, or a guy driving a Range Rover or a Mercedes, they all give me a thumbs up. So it's a happy car, it's a happy hobby. It makes people happy, so I'm happy.
That's the awesome thing about classic cars, isn't it?
Yeah.
That puts a smile on people's faces, no matter where you are in the world.
Shahzad, I am trimming my collection slowly and gradually. Getting to that stage of life, if I ideally keep one car, which is this one, and one bike, which would probably be my Triumph Tiger 100. It's a 1946, or maybe my PSA. It's a 1940.
But in terms of cars, I mean, you had many cars, but you're saying this one's a keeper. Why is this one a keeper?
I think it's beautiful. One, I really had to work very hard to get this car. It slipped away from my hands actually. It's a long story actually.
We covered that story in the previous video that we did.
Okay.
And you talked about, you found the original owner as well, didn't you? That brought the car into Pakistan.
So a lot of romance with this car in so many ways. There was another claimant on this car. The car was then sent to the police station. Yeah. It was with them for 5 years. It took me like years to prove that I am the owner of this car. I didn't have the registration documents then. So I think I've gone through a lot of pains to get this car. Then I've been using this car in the car rallies, Karachi to Peshawar.
Yeah.
That has, that's been some experience.
But this is the thing, it's like to drive this car in this country and to do the long distances. I mean, it's incredible. How old is this car?
This is almost 70 years old.
70 years old.
67 to be precise.
And when you do that long rally, how many miles are you doing?
We do about 2,000 to 2,500 kilometers.
Unbelievable. That's like every year you're doing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the car is bulletproof.
Almost, yeah. My engine is pretty weak. The bearings are making noise. The timing gears, teeth, two of them have broken. And yet I took the car to Peshawar. Drove all the way, gunned it down.
And you're not afraid to gun it, are you? I've seen you drifting this thing and everything. Yeah. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at the reaction it gets. All the thumbs ups and the smiles. It's absolutely brilliant. And you like to share that with everybody, don't you? You like people to sit in the car.
People want to take pictures. Sometimes they have kids. And I offer them, I say, okay, you can have your kids sit in the car and take pictures. A lot of guys don't do that. They don't stay away,
Yeah.
Not me.
Share the love, share the car love, yeah?
That too. I mean, There was a time when I would go and appreciate cars when I was a kid.
Well, you have amazing story, and then check out the previous video that we did. All the cars that slipped out of your hand, the Ferraris that slipped out of your hand.
But honestly, no regrets. That was not meant to be. And I love my Healey more.
Absolutely awesome. But
my other cars are a 1947 Lincoln Continental Cabriolet. It's a V12. The car was originally owned by the king of Afghanistan, Zahir Shah.
Wow.
And another car I have is a 1929 Packard 640 Phaeton. That car is also very historical. It was originally owned by the Maharaja of Patiala in India. The car was there in Bombay for a while, from what I hear, and it was then bought by an uncle of our ex-Prime Minister Zulfikar Bhutto. Amir Baksh Bhutto bought the car, brought it to Pakistan before Pakistan came into being. So that's a pretty historical car.
You know, this is the interesting thing about the cars here. Because there's so few of them here, they all seem to have a story, don't they? There's always a reason why they're here.
And even this car, when the original owner, 90 years old, with his wife who was also 90, a Belgian wife, they came to see the car. And man, were they excited. Because they told me, now that guy was Pakistan's ambassador to the United Nations. So,
wow. And what's it like to drive? I mean, give us an idea of how it feels. What's the gear change like? What's the clutch like?
Yeah, the car, right now, I don't think many people can drive this car. It's got its peculiarities. I know exactly when to release the car, how much to push it, how to change the gear. But it's a very normal car to drive. It's got a very basic vintage 4-cylinder 2700cc engine. You can lug it 24 hours, no issues. Gears are pretty normal. I'll be honest, I just swapped the gearbox.
Alright.
Very sad thing happened with the original gearbox. Just had a minor issue. I had it opened up by a specialist. And he fixed it, sent it back. My mechanic said, no, it is not properly fixed, it has to go back. So it was taken apart again. And there was some lathe work involved, machining. I was on a rally in another car. I came back, I didn't touch the car for 2 months, and then I said, okay, now time, let me put it back. And the internals of the gearbox somehow got misplaced.
Oh my God.
It took
And that was the original gearbox for the car?
Original gearbox.
Oh no.
So I was just left with the housing and no gearbox.
What have you got in here now then? What did you replace it with?
So my car had been parked for 2.5 years. The original gearbox, if I source one right now, the different ads that I saw ranged between 4,000 or 5,000 pounds to one was like 14,000 pounds only for the gearbox. So my pockets are not very deep.
I know that feeling.
My passion is very deep.
I know that feeling.
So I wanted the original gearbox back, but meanwhile, to enjoy the car, I put a Toyota 5
Right. Oh wow, and it works.
Even everywhere in the world, now there are specialist companies offering, different kinds of modern gearboxes for Jaguar E-Types and
of course.
Healey. And these cars are not losing money by having these modern gearboxes.
Well, it's the resto mod culture. It's improving the car, isn't it? That's what it is.
And because I use my car regularly, I need to have something good.
So listen, if there's anybody out there with an original, so what do you need? You need the cogs for the gearbox, right? What's the bits that are missing?
Everything, all the gears, the shafts.
Okay, if there's anybody out there that can help Mohsin with that, get in touch with me.
I had to improvise on the original gear housing to put this Toyota. So you can consider I don't have a gearbox anymore.
Right.
To swap. So I need to get another one. I will. That's in my bucket list. Once I have like 5,000-8,000 pounds to spare. Because that's not the only thing I need for the car. I need the complete engine kit, including a brand new crankshaft. That's pretty expensive. I'm planning to take a round the world trip in this car. sometime next year.
Oh
hopefully.
my God, that'd be awesome.
That's 30,000 kilometers.
Oh my God, post-COVID, of course. Yeah.
So I need the car to be mechanically perfect at least.
Yeah.
I don't mind if the switches are not really.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's not a show car.
Oh my God. Absolutely awesome, man. And the experience right now, I'm telling you guys, there's just nothing like it. To be in the city and to drive around in this car, it's just, and everybody, I mean literally, look at this. Everybody's looking around here, going, what is going on here? This is absolutely amazing.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I know. They're all checking us out. People sitting in the back of the cars are all checking out, going, what is this? And we're mixing it up with a donkey cart right here. I mean, where else in the world does that happen? What an experience. Wish you guys could be here. I hope you get some idea of what it feels like. Catch you in the next video. Say bye, Mohsin.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
A big shout out and thanks to Jay Williams over at Airtechnik, who are my top tier sponsors. Check them out for exhaust, brakes, suspension and even body kits. Also, much appreciation to my tier 4 sponsors, Mohamed Ali Humaid and Tom Conway-Gordon. And of course, all of these other guys who have joined me on Patreon. Without their support, I can't be creating the content that I am doing. Perhaps you can join them. Head over to patreon.com/browncarguy. Even if you can't do that, make sure you're subscribing and sharing this channel, which of course is youtube.com/browncarguy. Also subscribe to browncarguy.com and follow me on all the socials. Just search for my hashtag, which of course is #BrownCarGuy.